I was never physically attracted to my ex-husband. I convinced myself that that was really shallow of me and told myself that it was what was inside that really mattered. But there was a lot missing from that relationship. Something else that ended up being a big problem that in the beginning of the relationship I didn't think would matter. Health. I'm talking eating habits, hygiene, and just someone who gives enough of a shit about themselves to like go to the doctor on a regular basis. Another thing, religion. He was Catholic. I don't know, agnostic, spiritual, something along those lines.
There is no shame in admitting that you're attracted to certain types of people, but it's downright shameful to go online and openly admit that you were never attracted to your husband in the first place. I mean, it really shows how much she wanted the ring and how little she actually respected him.
So I was like, it's fine. You believe what you believe, I'll believe what I believe. And it was kind of fine until we had a kid. Then a lot of arguments started happening because we didn't agree with what she should be taught. And for those of you who are like, isn't that something you should have thought about before you got married? Yeah, there's a lot that I should have thought about before I got married, and I didn't. So here we are. I literally remember calling home. I was living in California. I called back home to Buffalo to tell my family members I was engaged, and my aunt's response was, to who? That's how fast shit went down, okay? We live and we learn, girls.
What makes this worse is how a child has been forced into this mess. That kid is an innocent victim in her emotional immaturity. She couldn't provide a stable house for her kid and instead made things worse by insisting on fighting all the time. It's not fair to the kid. So it turns out that men are walking away from marriage and embracing the single life. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in, and let's get into it.
If you're not a beautiful, single, eligible man in New York City, please keep scrolling. Single New York City lady here, and I just want to know, where are you hiding? I know you're out there, and I know you're not on Hinge. I know you want to go on a date, and to be completely honest, so do I. So we just want to know, where are you? And if you want to go on a date, let me know, because shit is rough out here, bro.
It's funny how she thinks that eligible New York bachelors have nothing better to do with their time than scroll on TikTok to try and find desperately single women in their late 20s to date. These women have no idea how men operate at all.
I just taught a yoga class at Equinox, and one of my students came up to me later in the night at the gym. She was like, oh my God, I completely missed your class this week, but I really wanted to take it. And then we got into such a good conversation. Somehow it becomes about dating. And we were both talking about how it's so annoying how men don't approach women at the gym. And I feel like this can go one of two ways. And I get why men are hesitant to approach women at the gym, because it's like, what if you keep seeing each other and it doesn't really go anywhere? Is that awkward? Whatever.
She has no idea why men don't approach women at the gym. Men don't do it because, first off, the gym is for working out. Second of all, women told men not to approach them at the gym. And third, modern women oftentimes shame men at the gym for no reason. We have been quite clear on this.
But like, the gym is a perfect environment. You're not at the bar. It's like you've common interests. Maybe you live in a similar neighborhood, or you're in a similar neighborhood at the same time. Like, you're all working out, like everyone looks hot. Like, why are men not approaching women at the gym and just being normal about it? Like, we should make the gym more of like a community vibe, you know? Like, even when you go to workout classes, people are in, out, on their phone. Like, no one is like building connection. So it was so nice that this girl just came up to me and started talking to me, and she was my student, and I actually got to know her. And then we got to bond over the fact that like men are not coming up to women at the gym, or just in general in life. And I know it's not just me that's feeling frustrated by this. I know it's not just me. There are so many women that are like, WTF.
The gym isn't a social club. People go there for the most part to work out and move on with their lives. And that's not going to change because women like this are wishing that dudes like Chad and Tyrone will talk to her. That's what it's really about. Average people still need not apply.
So I am frazzled, but I'm gonna rant for 5 seconds, okay? And by 5, I mean more than 5. Modern dating makes zero sense to me. First off, I am genuinely curious. How do people have rosters of people? Do you know how many people I can get? Guess right now. I can get one. I can't get one. I can't get one. I can't get one.
Getting a quote-unquote roster is fairly easy for a modern woman when she's younger. That's because men find her the most desirable. But in this woman's case, she got older, and the older you get, the less likely men are willing to take her seriously.
So tell me how the frack y'all are getting more than one. How do you guys have rosters of dudes? And second, I don't want to be on your fucking roster. If I'm on a roster of people, if they can have you, they can fucking have you. I'm not a roster girl. I am the top of the roster, the only one, the only one. I should probably eat, but modern dating is stupid. That's it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
But guys like Chad and Tyrone, they have rosters because modern women would rather share them with each other than get with a perfectly good average man. They made this mess, and those guys are reaping the benefits.
Okay, this message is specifically for the 90% of men that probably follow me. The hundreds of comments of you guys that are saying, no, I'm not going to approach a woman because I don't want to be labeled as a creep. I don't want to go to jail. You guys are throwing out some crazy things. This is what I have to say to you. Too many of you guys are putting too much emphasis on the reaction of the woman rather than your responsibility as the man of you're solely what your job is, and that is to approach and to just introduce yourself at the end of the day.
She's totally disregarding the fact that modern women have turned shaming the men they don't find attractive into a humiliation ritual, and getting arrested or being labeled a creep are legitimate concerns, by the way, and it has nothing to do with our quote-unquote jobs as men.
As long as you, as the man, feel good about your approach, however she reacts, that's on her. That's on her. If she reacts, calls you creepy or calls you names or whatever for you simply approaching her, no, it's not on you, buddy. Trust me. That woman is not healed, and she's speaking from a hurt place, and that is not on you.
These women think shaming dudes into approaching them is somehow going to work, but what she doesn't realize is that modern women deeply insulted the vast majority of men, and there's no way you're going to manipulate us into approaching them.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's going to take more than women being pretty for men to approach them anymore. I keep seeing women complaining that men aren't approaching them, and as someone who used to wonder about this too, I'm going to tell you exactly what I learned and how we can fix it. Here's what I've realized. These men are exhausted. They're tired of being used for free drinks, tired of being seen as walking ATMs, tired of putting in effort only to be ghosted or given fake numbers.
Recognizing the problem is only half the battle. If modern women want the chance to be with dudes, they're going to have to fix it, and even then they've done so much damage and destroyed so much trust that it will be a miracle if they get men to trust them.
So I'm single, 33 and child-free, and I have been dating for the last few months. And at the start, I was putting my age range between 30 to about 40, and thinking that these guys would be a bit more mature than the last time I was single in my 20s. However, I've got that so wrong. I have found the guys within this age range typically fall into one of three categories. The first one is they've come out of a long-term relationship and they're just wanting something casual.
It's crazy how women like this think that men that are older are somehow more mature and are more interested in older women. It's actually the exact opposite. Older men have more world experience, and men like that generally know better than to get with an older single woman.
The second one is they are coming out of divorce and they also have kids. And I personally don't want to be a stepmom. Number 3 is they are just walking red flags. They haven't been in many long-term relationships. They don't really know how to sustain a relationship and now trying to find someone to be with. So anyone else in the same boat as me, I feel like I can't find any good guy who's actually wanting to find something serious within this age range. They all just fit into one of these 3 categories.
She only wants something serious because she's too old to be going out and having fun. She destroyed her body and her mind, but still expects the men that she ignored in the past to come running to save her from a life of solitude. That's not happening.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not even trying to be an asshole at all right now by saying this. I personally have never come across a drop-dead gorgeous man, like someone who you're just like, oh, damn, he is fine, that doesn't open their mouth and talk and immediately I get the ick. They're either just like not well spoken, they're straight up fucking dumb, or arrogant. Every gorgeous guy I've met has had a really shitty personality.
That's because the men she desires have no problem speaking their minds because they don't care what women like this have to say. She'll either give him a pass or he'll move on to the next woman who won't mind as much. That's what you get for endlessly chasing Chad.
I really wish I could find a gorgeous, fine man who was so emotionally intelligent, who was well-spoken, who had a good personality, who wasn't so full of himself. Where are the gorgeous men at that have a fucking brain? Like, please.
Men like that simply don't exist, at least not the ones who would be willing to lower their standards for a bitter woman who can't go one sentence without saying some kind of an obscenity. Those men have way more options and don't have to settle for a woman like that.
My New Orleans ladies, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any, like, where are the men? And I know you're like, no, babe, that's what we're asking you. But now I'm asking you, where are they? Because I've had like 3 seemingly good men respond to my call for single men in New Orleans. I don't understand. And I see some of you men, looking at my videos and my profile and saving them. What are you waiting for? Send me a message. Stop being weird.
She assumes that the men who are following her channel are doing so because they want to date her, but if those men were truly interested, they'd have no problem sliding into her DMs, but they don't because they aren't interested in dating her. It's that simple.
Well, I am gonna be physically sick. I don't know what to do anymore. I really don't. Like, every day I wake up and I get on TikTok and it's fine man after fine man after fine man. And then I look at my DMs, I look at my likes on dating apps, and it's literally people from different planets. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. Because maybe I'm not the baddie that I think I am. Maybe I'm not. But the people that like me, this cannot be real. It just can't be fucking real. Like, I just want to throw up. And I'm honestly starting to think that maybe TikTok is just showing us AI men.
Men do not want quote-unquote baddies. We never have and never will, and it doesn't help her case that she wants to vomit at the thought that she's not nearly as desirable as she thinks she is. It goes a long way as to explaining why not even average men want anything to do with her. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.